everybody and welcome to today's video. Today's going to be something a little bit different. I wanted to sit down and kind of talk about life as a mum and how I kind of get through the day as a mum and tips that I use along the way. Hopefully you can pick something up from this. If you are new to my channel, then please do subscribe. I'm Maddie and I upload videos all about my lifestyle and just my family and anything to do with being a mum. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is how I try to tell myself that I'm doing the best job that I can as a mum. And I think that is something that all mums do need to do more, because we self-criticise all the time. And obviously I don't know what goes on in your head, but in my head is just full of negative energy sometimes that just really tries to tell me that, you know, I've not done this right, or I should have done that, or so and so down the road's doing that differently. And you really need to try and step away from that way of thinking. You need to embrace the fact that you're the mum, they're the child, and you're doing what is best for them. And it's so important. It's vital really that we as mums understand that we are doing our best, because it can get lonely. You can start to almost argue with yourself, and that's not good. It's not good for anybody. Definitely just believe in yourself and just remember that you are doing the best job ever. So my second is to take time for yourself. It's an interesting one because you'll always find an excuse as to why you can't take time for yourself. But when you really look at it, you've got to be able to go away and take time for yourself. You are a mum. You are not a superhero. You need time to recharge your batteries, and you really need to realise that in order to do the best job that you can for your children, you know, you need to remember who you are as a person. I definitely kind of lost myself, I think, when I first had Amelie. I feel like, you know, I really struggled to take myself back to before I had her, because obviously life changes so differently and there's nothing that you can do about that, and there's nothing you want to do about that, but you do become a completely different person. Like, you are mum and that is your daily role. But then when you step away from that, you're not just mum, you are a person. You are the person that you were before you had your child. I understand that taking time is definitely hard depending on certain like personal circumstances. So if you are a single parent, I can't even imagine how you manage to get time to yourself, because I feel like I struggle, and I've got Jack here, you know, to kind of like take her off for a bit. What I want to stress is don't be afraid to ask other people for help. I know this is a really awkward time at the moment because we are in lockdown and you can't really ask anybody to help. But when we do come out of this, don't be afraid to ask somebody for help. Like, even if you want a half an hour nap, like, just ask somebody, because no one will judge you for it. You know, you need to go and have that time. So like mine, for example, is watching Coronation Street with a cup of tea. That is my absolute go-to favourite thing to do. Watching Coronation Street with a cup of tea, that's half an hour of my time, pure time. I get to zone into a life that isn't real, because obviously it's a soap, but I get to just sit there and watch that, and I actually get so excited to watch it. Like, it's probably a bit sad, but I get so excited because it's not the fact that I'm just watching Coronation Street, it's the fact that I can chill out. I even just go upstairs in my bedroom, lie in the bed, have my cup of tea, watch my soap, and that is like my time. If there's anything I can stress to you, go and take time for yourself. These things seem so obvious, but as a mum, and I'm sure other mums will understand, that taking 5 minutes for yourself is not simple. Like, it isn't a simple thing, you know, when you've got children running around the house. And this is by no means like a pity me party, like, oh, I'm a mum, pity me. Definitely not. I just think it's really important to stress that that is how life is when you become a mum. My third kind of coping strategy is having mum friends. I don't know what I'd do without my mum friends, to be quite honest. And this is in no way like trying to be insulting to friends that I have that don't have children. It's just when you have friends that are mums, they just get it and they understand. And again, don't get me wrong, I have got one of the closest friends ever, and she doesn't have any children, but she just gets it. She would never judge me for anything, and I just love that. And you know, if you do have a friend like that, treasure them forever. But yeah, my friends that have children, I go to them for advice. I ask them what they've been doing with their children that day or that week, and also I end up telling them, like, Amelie's doing this, like, why is she doing this? Has your child been doing this? I think in today's world we've all got this picture of your child performing the best or being the best, and you know, that is not how it is on a daily basis. And it's lovely to push out there and show what your child's been doing, and it's great. You know, I love it, the fact that Amelie's been doing something new, and obviously you want to tell the world. But there is days where Amelie is naughty or really testing me that day, and I don't think we should hide that away from other mums. I think we should tell them, because you're going to get advice and you are going to hopefully gain something from them to get you through that, because they've more than likely gone through it as well. And don't shy away from, you know, telling people that your child has been naughty that day. Like, all kids are naughty. So, and I think we've got kind of like this thing now where, you know, my child is never naughty. That's not how life works. So we need to be honest with mums. We need to tell mums that this has been happening, because you might be able to share something to help them. And again, this video is all about trying to help other mums. So please tell other mums exactly what's happening. Like, don't sugarcoat it. Just tell them, because they've more than likely been through it as well, and they've probably got some kind of advice to give you. One of my closest friends has got 2 children, and honestly, from day dot, I have gone to her to ask her for advice. There is nothing that she doesn't know. And I love that, because if I'm like going around in the day and something happens, I'm like, oh my God, she'll know what this situation is. You need somebody that can kind of like give you a little bit of guidance and support. We'll pick people up in life and you'll pick them up randomly. I've just started university, and honestly, I've met some of the best people in my life. I will treasure them forever. Some of them are parents, some of them aren't. But the ones that are parents, we can literally just divulge our day to each other. So we have a group chat and we can just tell each other what's been happening. 9 times out of 10, we've, you know, all experienced that situation, so we can give some advice. And then we end up just going off and talking on a tangent about something completely irrelevant. And that really helps, because it just takes your mind off for a minute and you get to escape. And to be quite honest, on certain days, I don't know what I'd do without them. It seems to have gone really bright now because the sun's just come out, so I do apologise if the screen's gone really bright. Right, so yeah, my next top tip is mum threads. And these have been brilliant, because especially if you are a parent that doesn't really have many parents around you, I do feel that mum threads are amazing. So a couple that I've used are Channel Mum, I think it's Net Mums, and I can't remember the other name of the other one. But these are really good, because you can kind of like search anything that you feel like you want to know, and other real mums put in exactly what they've done for that situation, or literally anything off the top of your head. If you don't know the answer right there and then, if you just go on there, they might not have the answer, but we know that we're not the only person going through something. It does give you a sense of comfort, and I think that's really important. You should just go on Google and type in mum thread, and so many will come up and you can sign up to them. You'll probably get emails. I get loads of random things through on my emails from them, and it might be activities that I can do with Amelie, latest thing to get to help with something, or it can literally be anything. And I've definitely picked up a lot from mum threads for sure. So my last tip is around organisation. And organisation is literally an umbrella term that can mean absolutely anything. But for me, it's planning the day. So with my organising, I looked and I was trying to go through like my day and see where I felt like I could be better and where I was going wrong. So I'd spend 15 to 20 minutes in the morning looking for an outfit for Emily to wear for the childminders. I cut that out completely and I now get her outfit ready the night before. Obviously she's not going there at the moment, but that is what I do. The second thing is I'd get to the front door and I'd remember like 5 things that I hadn't got in her bag for the day. So I now pack the bag the night before with the outfit, and that just makes my whole life a lot easier in the morning. Another friend of mine introduced me to, and I don't know if I've been living under a rock, but if you've got an Apple phone or an iMac or a MacBook, anything like that, anything Apple, they've got an app and it's called Numbers, and on there you can get meal planners, shopping lists, like activity planners, so many things. So now, especially in lockdown, every like Sunday we sit down and we actually like transfer meal ideas, and then I then pass it on to other people and like tell them, especially people that have maybe been struggling with trying to work out what they want to eat. So yeah, that Numbers app has been incredible. I don't know if I'm really sad for finding a organisation app, but I'm so pleased that that's come into my life because it has made life so much easier. I sit down and I know what I'm having for dinner on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that is like the epitome of amazingness. I don't know about you, but that makes me feel really happy. I ended up messaging some friends of mine that are parents, and I just wanted to kind of like find out what their kind of coping strategies are. It was really, really interesting to kind of like pick up on what people said back to me. So I just kind of sent like a generic message to say what I was filming and what I kind of like wanted to get out of the video. And this is what one of my friends said to me. I write lists so I don't forget things. Lists are amazing. Organisation is key. I've made a real effort this year to do something for myself, which has really helped me. I love to be creative and I've learnt to try and go with the flow. If I'm having a bad day, it's okay. I can only do my best. Now, that is literally what I've said in this video. And I didn't even tell her what I'd put, but that is literally what I've said in this video. Like, she is living to my motto and I absolutely love that. So that's one. The next friend said, I put my music on and have a clean and that helps pick up my mood. I would definitely agree with that. If you can do things that, you know, can kind of take your mind off how busy life can be sometimes, then that is so helpful, and I just love that. One of my other friends, and I love this because it's just so funny and I can really imagine her doing it. She said, she'll always start the morning with 5 minutes to herself with a cup of tea before she lets the kids downstairs. And I just think that's so funny because I can actually imagine them having like a ban from going downstairs until she's had the cup of tea. But I really don't blame her. She said those 5 minutes just helps her gather everything together. And also, if you have older siblings, to get them involved and helping out because they love a little bit of responsibility. And yeah, I think that's really important. Again, like going back to what I said, utilise the people that you've got around you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, it just helps out so much. And then finally, another friend said to me that she takes time to go on FaceTime with friends. And then just taking time to do something like paint nails, watch a programme, and trying to do that in a different room to the children so that you really do have like your own time. So all of them are living by my motto, which I absolutely love. You know, you remember that you can only do your best. You need to be able to ask for help and take time for yourself, because it's just really important to remember who you are as a person. You're not just a mum, you are a human being as well. To have mum friends is just amazing, and you can pick up so much off them. And I really do think if you have mum friends, then utilise them, take everything out of them, absorb them like a sponge. And then mum threads, absolutely amazing. And if you do struggle with asking people for help, then mum threads are great, because you can just log on to the internet and ask somebody, and nobody really knows that you've asked anybody a question, but you have, and hopefully you'll get some advice from that. And then organisation, which can be applied to every single aspect of your life, but when it comes to a mum, being organised just makes you feel a whole lot better. It makes you feel a whole lot motivated, and it can really just help, you know, kind of put things into place for the day. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you can take some tips away from things that I've said or things that friends have said. It's definitely a bit different to what I have filmed before. If you did like this video and you want to see more of like my tips or anything really like a story time, then please do leave it in the comments below. And if you are new here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm going to be making more content, and I'm really enjoying just speaking to you all and getting to know everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.